So, the Houston Rockets have agreed to extend James Harden contract through the 2023 season, and that's going to be paying him around $228 million. Wow. What do y'all feel about that? James Harden getting a contract extension for $228 million. That it would be the richest contract extension in the NBA history. The richest contract, period, in NBA history. That is a ton of money. I want to get y'all opinion what y'all feel about that contract. This is another episode of Oh Knows, and you're rocking with your boy Sneakerbox O. And James Harden, man. I feel like James Harden is one of the best players in the NBA, one of the great players in the NBA, elite offensive talents. The guy, when he's on the court, this guy can get buckets. He can create offense. He is a talent, definitely a great acquisition, 4-5 years ago for the Houston Rockets. Has definitely paid dividends. What they gave up for him and what he's produced, some of the best production in 4 or 5 years, period, in all time. Look it up. Look it up. Look up the numbers and prove me wrong if I'm wrong that this guy has not had one of the best runs. I'm talking about when he left Oklahoma, well, when they traded him. He was coming off of a 6th Man of the Year season anyway, but a pretty bad NBA Finals and a not-so-great summer as well in the Olympics. He played for Team USA that year, and he didn't look that great. So when that trade came along, because if you follow the show, you know that I am a huge Houston Rockets fan. Houston Rockets are my favorite NBA team, my favorite professional team, period. So I wasn't too crazy about the acquisition when it happened. I mean, I do like James Harden when he was with Oklahoma. Truth be told, I always felt that James Harden should have always been the point guard in Oklahoma, and Russell Westbrook should have been the 2 guard. But, things kind of work out how they play. And fast forward to now, you see James Harden playing as a point guard. He leads the league in assists with 11, second in the league in scoring. So the guy is just an offensive elite talent. And from the first season that he got to Houston, he has produced. That first week, he was outstanding. I think he was putting up crazy numbers. His first week of the regular season with Houston till now. And he's been snubbed. You name it. He's been snubbed for All-NBA teams. I think 2 years ago, he didn't even make the All-NBA team. That was crazy. That was ridiculous. No one has yet to still tell me a real good reason why he didn't make the team. Look, because I'm more so one of the people where when you talk to me, when you debate with me, especially with sports, you have to show me some substantial evidence, something of substance that backs your argument, not just your lousy opinion. You know what I mean? You have to give me something of substance. And no one can give me anything of substance that tells me why James Harden, for any season that he's been with the Houston Rockets, should not have been All-NBA team. Let alone, I say he should be All-NBA first team every season he's played with the Rockets. The numbers support that. But if you're going to tell me that he shouldn't have made any team, and these are the writers and the people who have these stupid votes, then that tells me everything that I need to know about the people awards, player awards. If they're media awards where the media and the writers vote on these, the recipients, then how creditable are they if they don't see an All-NBA player like James Harden, who also, in my opinion, was snubbed for MVP? And it makes sense how he can be snubbed for MVP, because if he can't make an All-NBA team, then it makes sense why he would be snubbed for MVP. I believe he was snubbed twice for the MVP trophy. That's right, twice. I said that. I believe that he was snubbed last year with Russell Westbrook. I believe that one, Russell Westbrook is well-deserving. Great NBA player. He's in my top 3 in the NBA. I for years have said that Russell Westbrook was the best point guard in the NBA for years. Before last season, before everyone kind of caught, I don't know what blinded people. I mean, I know there was a little, when everyone was saying that Steph Curry was the best, I was saying that Russell Westbrook was the best. And I could back that up with numbers. Now, Steph Curry is a great player as well, but Russell Westbrook, in my opinion, is the best point guard in the league. With that being said, I think people were more so caught up in the mystique of that triple-double. And I can explain to you why that triple-double, although it was great, it was not as effective as people made it seem when you compare it to James Harden, who I believe led the league in double-doubles. I believe that James Harden double-double average was more effective than Russell Westbrook's triple-double. I believe his stat line, just in general, was more effective offensively than Russell Westbrook's. Now, I'll give you one aspect. I won't dwell too deep into it, but when it comes to it, if you look at the statistical numbers, James Harden averaged 11 assists, 29 points, and I think he was right around like 7 or 8 rebounds. So you mean to tell me he was just a few rebounds off from a triple-double? So you mean to tell me that rebound or two that he didn't get was that much of the difference? Because from there, the numbers are pretty much offensively are in Harden's favor. You know? So are you meaning to tell me that those couple of rebounds where Russell Westbrook plays for the Oklahoma City Thunder, which statistically was the best rebounding team in the league? So that tells me that you have capable rebounders. But if you watch the tape, you will see that there are instances where the team boxes out for the rebound because they're a good rebounding team and they're able to box out and clean up the glass, but they allow their point guard to come and grab, snag a few rebounds and pad the stats. Now, not anything to discredit Russell Westbrook, like I said, one of my favorite players in the league, a top 3 talent in the league, top 3 player, the best point guard, in my opinion. But for that season, I believe that James Harden was more efficient than Russell Westbrook, therefore more valuable. And, I mean, even on paper, the win totals, the head-to-head, James Harden favor. I mean, Russell Westbrook can put up a crazy stat line, but how efficient is it compared to this next guy? I believe you got guys like Russell Westbrook. When you talk about efficiency, you have James Harden. This year, crazy. Kevin Durant was mad efficient when he went over to the Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry gives you some efficiency. He doesn't give you a ton of assists, but, he can shoot it crazy. Russell Westbrook, he creates a lot of offense, similar to James Harden's style, but his style, I would say, is probably more aggressive. And just, he knows his personnel, so it just looks differently, but it's definitely effective. But I don't think it was as efficient as like a LeBron. LeBron is a very efficient offensive player. Kevin Durant was very efficient this year, we're going to say, and James Harden as well. So I don't believe that if anything, should have been co-MVPs. And then the other time, I believe that James Harden was snubbed when Steph Curry won his first one. And that's debatable. That was just I believe that James Harden was right there with Curry, and he had more weight on his shoulder and was more valuable to his team. Now, the Warriors were just obviously a greater team, and he was more successful, but I believe in that system. I mean, it's more easier to be successful when you're playing. Like, try to play for Kevin McHale, that offense. You can't even tell me what kind of offense Kevin McHale was running. It was not really it was just kind of like winging it, and no, not a knock on Kevin McHale. He did a great job with his experience, the best that he could do. But it was kind of winging it, and James Harden made it work. And then on top of that, he was being handicapped by Dwight Howard as his quote-unquote superstar teammate. So, I believe that this is well-deserved by James Harden. He has been productive every year. If you look at his numbers, he has produced. And, he's in the prime of his career at 27 years old. I believe it's well-deserving. This is the team, this is the organization showing a commitment to James Harden, and James Harden showing a commitment back. You never know. This is something that was kind of lingering in the back of my mind, that we would eventually have to face this with James Harden, because you always hear like rumors, players possibly leaving. I didn't hear anything about him leaving, but you just always hear about it. It's always attached to one place, L.A. Everyone wants to go to L.A. Either they live there or they have ties there or they're from there. That's their hometown or something with a superstar. And, you just kind of dispel all those things now. You can lay him all to rest. He's locked up. He'll be there till he's about the age of 32. So he'll be there for a while. And hopefully he can stay healthy. That's one thing I think he deserves of it too, because he's been healthy. He's been on the court. He's been playing. I just wish he would play. I hope this gives him more, incentive to want to play some more defense. You know what I mean? Like, play some defense, bro. You feel me? Like, I know you're capable of making plays. I've seen you make defensive plays, very good defensive plays. But I understand it. And with Chris Paul, hopefully it will alleviate a lot of the responsibility on offense. And probably he can exert some of that energy on defense. But whatever the case, he's definitely going to be around for a while, and that's a good thing. I think that's what, that was the goal. And I didn't even know that this kind of thing. See, I thought I knew about the numbers when it comes to, like, sports and stuff, but obviously I didn't, because I didn't know that this kind of deal could be done, because he just signed a contract extension, like, last summer. So I figured, okay, we got him for the next 3 years, but we'll probably be looking to see what we can do. But he's never hit free agency. Like, we keep doing extensions, so there's a good relationship there. There's a good trust there, and I like it. So this definitely lays the foundation for the team to attract other players to come, star talent, to want to play with a talent like James Harden, who is unselfish, who will get his points and set you up as well. And let's get this ball rolling, man. Let's start winning some games. And I think this is the time to make the moves. I know they're trying to get Melo over down there, but the Knicks are running into some problems with the trade. I think they tried to get Tim Hardaway Jr., and I believe their offer got matched. So they're back at square one. They might end up having to buy out Melo, and then that would be way better for us. They can buy him out and just, come over, and they can decide if they want to go deep into the luxury tax or, make some moves. Their GM, Morey, is real good at making moves and clearing space. A lot of times I question some of the deals he's doing, but he knows what he's doing. I believe they cleared the space for potentially landing a star player. But if not, more so offering this lucrative deal to James Harden. And we'll see what happens with Chris Paul. It's a 1 year kind of thing, but maybe, who knows, man, if the ball's rolling, if everything's clicking, then maybe he might sign an extension during the season. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's going to be very intriguing, very interesting, but I want to get you guys' opinions. What y'all think about James Harden getting the highest contract extension in NBA history? Is it well-deserved? Let me know. I'm sure this will be, someone is going to break this mark. Steph Curry just had it a week ago for $40 million. So, $40 million is going to be, it's going to be a number where you're going to see a star player getting $40 million a season for their salary. Crazy. Until next time, y'all be cool. Stay up. Peace.